So, people said to me I couldn't do poetry because of my dyslexia. But I've already made a vase, a kettle, and a jug. That'll show them.
Nice.
I can. Yeah. I hate people that take drugs, especially the police and the customs.
No.
No, you know, is that on? Carol,
I'd go if I were you. Get out while the going's good. You got at
No.
least some laughs, you know.
No. Carol told me that she's just had a Brazilian. I'm not good with numbers, but that sounds like a fucking lot to me.
God's sake.
Anyway, hello everyone, and welcome to the Black Dog
You
version
need
2.
fucking tablets, you know that. You really do.
What? Come on. That was a good one.
When are you due to pick up your prescription? When is it?
I don't know.
Are you one of those Boots databases, you know, where they send someone along with your stuff and deliver it to your door? To stop you from going out because you're too dangerous to be out there in public.
You fucking know it. Dear. I don't pillow fight with was it death anymore. I'm not used to the repercussions.
Oh.
Anyway, so hello everyone.
Oh,
Welcome. You started it. Anyway, so welcome to 191. I'm Lee.
I'm Darren.
I'm Jim.
I'm Elton.
And this week we'll see how everyone's week's been. We'll see if there's any feedback for last week's movie. And then we will go on to this week's movie, which was your pick, Elton, which was?
Back Country.
Back Country. Yes. Baby got back country. Let's...
I like big
that.
bears and I cannot lie.
Oddest bear noises ever. Right, but before we get to that...
Me so hungry.
Yeah. Me so hungry. Oh, me so hungry. Anyway, before we get to that, let's see how everyone's week's been. And as ever, not guaranteed to have everything to say about a week, but we'll see. So we'll start with you, Jim. How's it been, sir?
I was fairly quiet, to be honest. I've just about got the knee back to normal.
Oh yes, yeah.
Fingers crossed. Which is just as well as I had a checkup for something else and for my annual asthma review, and I asked the nurse about it. The probably best thing is to refer yourself to the local physio service, who have been privatised. And when you go to the website, it's obviously been privatised because it's all about what a great investment we produce, and blah 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 blah. It's not actually. It's not a website, shall we say, in the industry jargon, facing patients. It's facing investors. And so it says book an appointment. So you go, okay. And he goes, okay, right. It takes you a place. Right, well, we're going to do a quick survey to make sure you're on the right path care way for you. Are you ready? Click
Path care way?
Yes. And so you click yes. So you click yes. It goes to the next page, and then the site freezes and it does nothing.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Obviously, your path care way has come to an end.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a cul-de-sac.
Absolutely. It's like, yeah. I know how healthcare works. Ideally, you want to rake in money and not actually treat anybody.
Strange.
Or provide a service. Yeah. Fuck you all. But my knee's getting better anyway, so screw you, losers. When it gets full back, come around and kick your windows in. Providing you have a building anymore. I suspect you don't.
No. Great, lovely. So, so
wasn't best pleased with that, but as it is.
Did you type in the words NHS and it just banned you from the site instantly?
Yeah, well, basically, it was run by the NHS, but now it's been outsourced to what I can only describe as a pack of cunts.
No.
I mean, it's a good job I'm not getting serious. I need physio for, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think a pack of cunts is what they've got on the local brochures that they hand out as well. the
Is that
or
the
the
official term
investment
for them?
Yeah.
Cunts. Like you have
Yeah.
a murder of crows. What could you call? What would you call an official pack of cunts? What would be the terminology for them?
A flange.
Yeah.
A flange of cunts.
Yeah. A collection of flaps.
Flap of cunts. Yes.
Wow. Nice.
A whistle.
What the hell?
There's a Brazilian of them. Oh, sorry, hold on. That's the previous joke. Hold on.
A wifting of cunts.
Yeah, a queef.
A queefing, yes.
There you go. Well, answers on the postcard, please. What would you call a bunch of mercenary, money-hungry, money-grabbing, private healthcare cunts?
Yeah, what's the plural? What's the plural?
What's the plural of
cunts?
that? Yeah. Cooties? I don't know. Anyway. Asking the big questions here on the Black Dog Podcast.
Always asking the big questions.
Jesus Christ. So you deprive them of their cash by healing.
Pretty much,
what
yes.
you're saying.
Yeah, basically, I thwarted their cunning plan.
Okay, thwarted their cunning plan to extort money from you by selfishly just going out and healing. You wouldn't steal a kneecap, would you, Jim? You wouldn't download a kneecap.
I don't know. Depends. I mean, a body horror Cronenberg film.
Probably.
Or Frankenhooker. Maybe.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Teresa on YouTube trying to find out how to do homemade surgery as well.
Yeah.
There's a Tommy Walsh site for that, isn't there?
Tommy Walsh site.
Well, we've watched a lot of Mythbusters, so we're getting pretty up on the science now. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Adam Savage's knee replacement surgery YouTube video.
Oh yeah, it's easy.
It could
It's easy
happen.
for the beginners, right? As long as you've got a £10 million fucking workshop, yeah, anything's easy, Adam. You know? Yes, we can knock up an Iron Man suit in a day. Yes, we got all that shit that you've got. What have I got? I've got a roll of fucking foam and a bread knife. Right, what can I do with that? What can you get me to make with that, Adam?
A
What's
pretend
that, Adam?
loaf.
No, it's very quiet over there, Adam. I can't really hear you saying anything, Adam. No, because you've got no fucking idea, have you? Of course you haven't.
Something tells me that Adam Savage is not appreciated in your dojo, Darren.
I can't stand cosplayers who come on and go, oh, look at this, I'll show you how to make this costume. And then you see their fucking setup. And they've got literally like laser cutters and stuff like this. They've got 14 fucking 3D printers up the back there. Oh, yeah, look, see, you can knock this together quickly with as very little as possible. Fuck off. Just fuck off. I'll tell you what. Give me a cosplayer that's holding nothing but a spoon and says to you, using this, I'll show you how to make a Batman costume. Right? There you go.
Right.
There's your cutlery challenge, Adam Savage. Go for it.
Will you be cosplaying with a potato on your head?
I certainly will.
Because it certainly sounds like you'll have a chip on your shoulder.
Oh.
No, I'm going as hair fryer. That's where I've got my chip on my shoulder.
Hair fryer.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh, very good.
Apart from
Friar
Darren's
Tuck.
Friar Tuck.
Oh, good,
Oh,
yes.
good Lord. I would say about Blackfriars Bridge, but I don't think that we need to go there.
No. Rewind. Back up. Reverse, nuns.
Anyway, so apart from Darren's sudden dislike of verbal dislike of Adam Savage, anything else, Jim?
I think I'll leave that there. I think I've caused enough bother now.
Okay, fair enough.
Although I did so, we've just finished watching Star Wars: Rebuild the Galaxy, which was stupid and very fun.
Oh, that's the Lego ones, isn't it?
Oh,
Yes. Yeah. Basically, by finding an ancient Jedi temple hapless Lego man who moves the cornerstone of the galaxy and actually rebuilds the entire Star Wars universe, so everyone is doing different things and all rather weird. And that's rather fun.
I suspect there's an
I'll
entire corner of the internet.
Yeah. Well, he's probably enraged fanboys because he's like just completely trashed the continuity completely.
Oh, the Dark
It's like-
Falcon's already out in Lego.
Yeah. But
Go
I'll give you one little taster.
Mm.
Darth Maul is a good guy and he's very friendly. Hello, I'm no, just not Darth Maul, just Maul, like Paul, but with an M.
Nice. Okay. Sold.
It's just 4 episodes, very silly, but just a lot of fun.
Isn't
Nice.
Luke Skywalker like the dude from The Big Lebowski in this one?
Yeah, he's kind of like a speedboat pod racer bum.
Yeah.
In the new universe.
Nice.
And Tatooine has a marina.
Love it. Oh, cool. Okay, and that's on Disney Plus, isn't it?
That is indeed
Lovely.
Yeah.
No, D+.
If you need something to cheer you up, that's 4 episodes of good fun.
Oh,
I'll
lovely.
have a look at that.
Yeah, me too. That sounds good. Cool. Right. Well, I guess if there's nothing else, we'll move on to Elton.
It's been fairly quiet, but I did find out this week. My mum was up this week for her birthday, and found out that she enjoys boxing. I was not aware of this.
What, really? Like
Did she catch you with a left hook? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Take that, son. Hate you to go alone.
Yeah. Take this.
Just kept jabbing me in the face. Like, keep your defences up.
God, you want to cry, do you? You want to cry, do you? Go on, cry. Go on, cry. How dare you? Cry, go on.
So your mum likes boxing, and she's gone what for the welterweight or what?
No,
Bantamweight?
No, we ended up watching the boxing at the weekend.
All right.
And it wasn't stupid late or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, all the people that got tickets for Oasis next year,
Mm.
good luck with that one. But
Why is that?
Because Mr. Gallagher was there in the pre build up to the boxing match.
Oh yeah.
Oof! That's all I'm saying. Oof!
Okay.
Oh dear. Oh,
Which Gallagher are we talking about? Liam or
yeah, Liam, the younger
Liam.
one. Yes.
the younger one? Okay.
Right.
The one who can't sing anymore.
It was shockingly bad.
Does it have corners on it? That's what I want to know.
Does it make you wince?
Yeah, it does.
Was it Ian Brown bad?
Oh, God, if dolphins were monkeys. Sorry, that's triggered me. If dolphins were monkeys, if bowls of fruit were Lego bricks, if yogurt was Play-Doh, I don't know what.
Just writing with crayons, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. He was, yeah, in his toes. That's what he was doing. Yes,
He was just pulling out those poetry fridge magnet tiles, wasn't she, and just throwing them at the screen.
Yep. I'll just dip my hand in the bag of Scrabble tiles. There we go.
Yeah, fridge, cheese, wedge, brick handle,
Dolphins, monkeys,
Table.
right, table,
table.
orange.
I love tables.
I love lamp. So anyway, you watched some boxing with your mum.
Yeah, and
did she get proper bloodthirsty, screaming at the TV
yeah,
and throwing the cans at
it was like, oh, go on, eat him! It was brilliant. It was amazing stuff to watch. There was 4 of us in the room just watching this, and we're all having fun with it. We're all over the place, making a huge amount of noise, which I wasn't expecting. I just expected us just to sit there and go, oh yeah, okay, cool. But it was terrific fun watching that, especially my mum bouncing around.
Did she go gruff Cockney? Did she go gruff Cockney?
No, she didn't go
Hit
gruff.
him, punch him in the fucking nuts, or something like that. No,
Go
nothing
dirty.
like that at all.
Go dirty.
Go dirty.
you can get closer to the belt than that. Go down.
Right in the grollis. Go on.
You had all the armchair sayings coming out. Oh, isn't that belt rather large? And we're doing all the hand gestures and stuff like that. It was brilliant. It was brilliant fun. But yeah, I didn't realise my mum enjoyed boxing so much. It's like, oh, okay, really? Oh, yeah. That's why we got Sky years and years ago to watch the boxing, and then it all went to pay-per-view. It's like, okay, well,
right.
Maybe people shouldn't have paid for it in the first place, and it wouldn't be pay-per-view. But no, silly people.
Yep.
Looking at you, Xbox players.
Yep.
If you hadn't paid for it, then it wouldn't be chargeable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did she stand up and go, I'm looking to fix a fight. I want to use the pikey.
No.
Oh, right, okay.
So when you fix your mum a cup of tea and you say any sugar, you go, no thanks, Trickle. I'm sweet enough.
No thanks, Turkish.
No, it's not quite there yet.
No.
But
he's going down in the third, though.
He's going down in the third. I got a monkey on this.
I'll tell you, it's when she starts talking about feeding things to the pigs, mate. That's sure.
Keeps calling you Errol.
Yeah.
Yeah, she hasn't lost her mind. She just thinks she's got to come out of out now. She's got to come out and just do what she needs to do.
That's right.
Take the streets back.
But apart from that was it. That's really the highlight of this week.
Okay, so make a note. Elton's mum is Bricktop. He's Bricktop. There you go. Do you know who I am? Do you know what Nemesis means? Anyway, great. Okay, then what about you then, Dal? How's your week been?
I've done absolutely fuck all. I really have. Nothing going on. Watched Agatha all along, first episode of that, which was
never mind.
Which is all right. And what was the other thing? Just started playing Diablo 2 again. That's about it, really. That's the full content.
That is it, is it? That's the beginning and the end. Right. Nothing else really. Just pretty standard. Okay, fair enough. Cool. Right. Well, in which case, my week. Let's start with what I watched. I watched a thing on Netflix which everyone's promoting and everyone's kind of pushing, called Rebel Ridge. Have you heard of this?
Oh, is it the from the same director as Blue Ruin and Green Room? Yeah,
Blue Ruin, Green Room, Brown Trousers. Yeah. There's a theme running up.
This has been released kind of this month, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of interesting. It's like First Blood, but not. It's really weird. Basically, it tells the story of this guy, who this black dude who basically gets pulled over by the police and they basically trump up some charges. Find out that he has some money in his bag, which turns out to be bail monies for his cousin to get him out of jail. And they invoke this rule, which turns out is true, which is the police only need slight suspicion of a crime to basically commandeer evidence, and they commandeer this guy's bail money for his cousin. And then it turns out that it's a scam that the local police force do to anyone going through town. And last year they spent 9,000 quid on a tequila machine. Yeah, as you do. So there's this whole thing about like the corrupt police and the sort of the fact that that they are fucking people over. But it then turns out that the guy that they fucked over is some kind of Marines Special Forces training dojo hand-to-hand combat bloke, right? And you can kind of see where it's going from there. But you can't. And exactly what everyone's going through, everyone's mind right now is the film you think it's going to be. But the problem is, the film you think it's going to be doesn't actually happen until the last 10 minutes of the film. The rest of it is a bit like Reacher, insofar as you've got a guy who looks like a brick shithouse walking around casually, sort of like trying to put things right, but trying to do it within the law, until eventually they push him just one step too far, and then he goes, absolutely batshit on them. The film's really good, but it's got this kind of weird vibe about it, and you keep thinking, any minute now, he's going to beat that cop to absolute bloody pulp, and you're like, oh, he didn't. He just pushed him over and said, don't do it again, and carried on his merry way. And there's lots of this kind of, non-death, non-lethal sort of takedowns kind of thing. So the people he takes down keep coming back. It's just like, didn't we just see this? Didn't he just beat this bloke up before? Oh, right, okay, he's going to do it again. Okay, he's going to do it again. It's interesting. I'm not sure I entirely liked it by the end, because it just kind of just stops. It just kind of ends. We just felt, you could feel like the directors was more interested in the corruption of the police than he was about doing like a First Blood, avenging angel kind of vibe. So the action itself is a bit kind of, it happens, and then the movie just carries on for a bit, and then it happens again, and it just carries on a bit. But then the final kind of act, it just kind of stops. The film just stops. It goes da 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 da, oi, and you're like, oh, that's it then, is it? Oh, okay. Roll credits. So it's a very odd film. I would say it's worth a look, but yeah, you go in with tempered expectations. It's not First Blood, which is what it kind of, the trailers and everything else sell it as.
Yeah, the trailers make it look exactly like a revamp of First Blood, don't they?
Yeah, exactly. But it's not that. It's got elements of that, and there are certain, proper like, oh yeah, fucking have it moments. But yeah, it's a very odd one. I didn't come away entirely satisfied. Let's put it that way. Yeah, it's interesting. That's all I'll say. But the rest of my week, it's been a trying time. So first off, let's get the big one out of the way. My daughter's had heart issues for a while, like an ancillary pathway, they call it, which is essentially a extra nerve in the heart that can sometimes be, formed, at birth. And essentially, it's like when you bite a piece of metal on a filling, but it happens in your heart. So it's suddenly like your heart suddenly goes from sort of standard kind of to 200 beats per minute for like 10 seconds, and then just disappear. But she doesn't feel anything. It just goes, and the heart just goes mental, and then it stops. Anyway, she's finally had all the checks and all the things going through, and they're going to operate on her this Thursday just gone. And it's like, stressful time, absolutely stressful time. Fine, I'm not going to make jokes about that. But then what happens is, we got into the hospital, and the first thing they say is, okay, right, it's going to be general anesthetic. She's going to be out, completely out, blah blah blah, until the anesthetic surgeon and the consultant turn up, and they both go, yeah, about that. Actually, we really need to have you awake so that when we put the drugs in to test the different nerves, we can see what's happening and you can tell us. Aye. And so, yeah, bless her, they did it under local anesthetic. And what they actually did was 3 keyholes, one to open the vein, one to push a camera up, and then one to push up a tiny little rod thing that can burn away the nerves. And they did that to the back of her heart while she was awake.
Wow.
Wow, indeed. So, firstly, super stressy. Absolutely no problem. And no taking away from that. Lisa's obviously freaking the fuck out and that. But also, the fact that they did this and they did it in 2 hours, and by the end of the evening, she was able to come home is an incredible feat. I mean, they literally got 3 wires up inside her through a teeny tiny hole using ultrasonic needles. So, like, it's just going straight through the skin and then up to the back of her heart and burning away a nerve while she was awake. It was like, holy shit, we're in the future. We're in science fiction land. Genuinely amazing achievement. What wasn't an amazing achievement was that they put blood thinners in to allow all this to happen. But then when they finished and took the stuff out, they had to thicken her blood up, and they put the drug in, and it turned out that she was a part of a 0.06% small community of people who are completely allergic to the blood thickeners.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So she couldn't breathe. She had a massive sort of like heart issue. Well, not a heart issue. She had a sort of like rash and couldn't breathe. So it was straight into the steroids and the bloody antihistamines to fix that all up. But again, all fine. And then once she's out. It's all good, done, fine, lovely. Stress over. So I get told, right, okay, we aren't going to be able to. We've got to take her home by the end of play today. Can't stay overnight. So I've got to go home. I go home, get the car. I'm going to drive back to St. Bart's by St. Paul's Cathedral, and I'm like, oh shit, that's like ULEZ and the congestion charge and all this sort of stuff. So I'm thinking, right, fine. How am I going to find my way here? My new funky car talks to my new funky phone, and then it goes, and I go, right, fine. Find me a route to St. Bart's, blah, blah, help me out here. So Google Maps goes, okay, would you like to avoid traffic? I'm like, yes. And he goes,
fuck yeah.
And it goes, would you like to avoid roadworks? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, would you like to avoid overcharging? And I don't know what that was all about, but I think that was like running through various congestion zones.
Yeah,
so
I think when you come out and go back in, you get charged. That's the second time you get charged.
Well, I don't know for sure, so I'll just accept that that's probably the case. So I didn't know. So I went yes. Now, in my head, I know how to get to St. Bart's because it's just going across the river, just basically go north. Just go north and you're fine. Fucking Google Maps goes calculating. And what appears in my head to be only an hour's drive turns into, well, you're going to go right down the embankment. You're going to go right around here. You're going to And like at one point, I went through 2 totally different tunnels. The river was on my right, on my left, and the moon was behind me. And I'm thinking, hang on, I'm going the fucking wrong way here. And I'm getting more and more stressed. And oh, fucking hell, where the fuck are you taking me, Google? It led me off into the distance. Last was with you. I'm thinking, where the fuck am I going? It leads me through the Limehouse Link and all sorts of different tunnels. And eventually I'm like, fuck it. And I'm trying to pull over, and I'm getting more and more angry because there's cars zipping around me all over the place. And I'm like, bollocks. And I'm getting more and more angry. And then I went through one tunnel, and then all of a sudden my entire world went flash, flash, flash. So I got done for speeding.
Oh, no.
Straight through the tunnel. I'm like, oh, fucking hell. So
You fucking road crim.
Yeah, that's me. That's me. I'm Road Warrior. Me, Mad Max. Mad Max, Road Warrior in a Toyota Icon. What?
Did the policeman say that to you then? No. So where are you off to, Mad Max? In such an hurry then? Or did he say, "Where's the fire, sir?" In which she looked at him and went, "In your eyes, officer." No.
Yeah, in your eyes. Yeah, no. Actually, I sprayed my teeth and went, "What a beautiful day! What a beautiful day!" Exactly. As I went 30 whole miles an hour through the Limehouse Link Tunnel.
Do you have to avoid congestion and I don't know, like the ULEZ on your car? I thought you didn't.
No, my car is fine for congestion, but Google Maps doesn't know that.
Right.
And so it was just I was just kind of going, yes, yes, yes. And it just sort of led me around the houses. So I went fucking everywhere. It's insane.
Use Waze.
Anyway.
Get Waze and use that.
Yeah.
I know it kind of uses Google Maps anyway, but it's still very good.
Yeah, I think the problem was also that there is a Toyota app that talks to the Yaris Cross icon via Apple Play, and it kind of knows that the car is immune, if you know what I mean, to ULEZ and everything, and that would sort everything out. But it didn't know, and it thought I was still driving my old Ford, and just went, nope, go around the corners, go over here, head towards Wapping. And it's like, Wapping? The fuck am I going to Wapping for? Anyway, so that was my stressy start to the weekend. But then, like, you know, we do this thing where we borrow dogs. We look after dogs. We dog sit, basically. And we've got one today called Lucy, who's a little old therapy dog, Staffy. She's here, so if you hear any barking or snuffling around in the background, that's actually the dog, not Carol. She's not. She hasn't heard me. She hasn't thrown a book. Yeah. Anyway, so we had a French bulldog called Ralph over the weekend, and he's a lovely dog, but you know, his owners are those kind of owners that say, now we're very strict with this dog. We look after him. We make sure he eats right and all this sort of thing. And then as you talk to them, you go, so you know, what do you feed him? And she goes something like, oh, well, he usually has a biscuit with his cup of tea, and he likes
then he likes his pipe.
He likes his pipe, yeah, exactly. He has his free cream crackers.
He has a bacon sandwich for lunch.
Exactly, he has a bacon sandwich for lunch. You know, it's only every 3 days we give him a bag of Maltesers. You know, it's that sort of thing.
And don't let him put his smoking jacket on before 5 o'clock, otherwise it'll send out his chakra.
Exactly. And when he has a bacon sandwich, he doesn't want brown sauce. He wants caviar. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, oh, I thought you were looking after your dog, but apparently not. Anyway, so we had the dog for a couple of days, and we went around to my mum's, and my mum loves dogs, but she can't look after one, but she loves them, so she always keeps like a little cupboard of treats, and all the dogs that we look after, whenever we go round to mum's, they know exactly where that cupboard is. Straight to it every time. Doesn't matter what dog we've got, straight to that cupboard. Anyway, so Mum gives Ralph a little a thing called a snackaroo for you dog lovers out there, which is like a little tiny bacon strip. Effectively, it's like a little tiny like treat bacon strip thing. The most harmless of all dog treats. And so Ralph, he's had that. That's gone. That's like, I don't know if you've seen a Frenchie eat. It's like literally you might as well just throw the food straight into the garden and just cut out the middleman. It goes through so quick. It's like anyway. So he's eating it. Anyway, get home at night, and the dog's kind of patting around, and we're fine, you know. And we're all still worried a little bit about Lisa because, you know, she's still healing from the operation. Anyway, we all go to bed. Anyway, Sunday morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, all the lights are on. I can hear Carol running about. I can hear Lisa moving about. I can hear the dog moving about. I'm thinking, what's happening? And there's Carol going, oh, you can hear the sort of stress in the voice. You're thinking, oh, God. And then I hear her go, oh, no. And I'm thinking, oh, fuck. What's going on?
Noise. Never a good noise.
Yeah, so I jump up thinking, oh, God, something's happened. Lisa's bandages come off. There's blood everywhere. It's all going through my head. I jump out of bed. I run into the other room. And the dog has snuck into Lisa's room. And to use her phrase, he snuffled about and then just went pop.
Oh, no.
Her bedroom, the back end.
Oh,
the bedroom floor looked like someone had spilt a bottle of hot chocolate. Carol's gone downstairs into the kitchen to discover that wasn't the Lisa's bedroom wasn't the first hit, shall we say?
No.
The kitchen floor's like, oh my God, it's all up the back of the fridge. It's all over the dishwasher. It's all over the floor. And I'm like, oh no. Anyway, I'm thinking, right, okay, what do I do? I've got to, I put some t-shirt on, put a dressing gown on. I go back up to my room, and then I turn on my light. Oh my God! Corner of our bed sheets. It was like in Train Spotting,
yeah.
when Spud is coming off the gear, and it was like, holy shit! Quite literally.
What kicked this off? Do you know? Did you find out?
It's that treat, isn't it?
Apparently, it was the snackaroo, according to the owner. The dog, despite the dog being able to eat everything from Tunnock's tea cakes to fucking lumps of cheese the size of its head.
The finest
that's all
salmon.
fine. Yeah, exactly. The finest salmon and caviar known to man. And even at one point, trying to devour a nylon string, which we stopped him doing. It was just like, he'll eat anything. And then it's just like, but no. But the one thing that's actually for dogs, oh no, he has a reaction to that. Shit's all over my house.
Lovely.
So that's fine. That's lovely. That's just great. Welcome to my weekend.
He was living in the cupboard under the stairs from that point.
Yeah. If I could put Donald Trump level diapers on him, I would have done. But no. So Ralph's now firmly and safely is away with his owners. So there you go. All in the space of like 3 or 4 days, I've had stress. I've been done for speeding. My house has been covered from head to foot in shit. But otherwise, my week's been good. Wow. So there you go.
Very stressful week then.
Yeah, I'd say that. So and then we watched this film. Which may be related to what my review might be like, but I'm not saying anything yet. Anyway, oh God, I forgot to even look for the blooming feedback. Where are we? Oh, my brain. Goes looking for the feedback. Right. Okay. Well, so last week we did what was it? 71 with the film about being behind enemy lines during the Troubles. We didn't have a lot of feedback on it actually, but we did obviously mention Elton's love of Alien Isolation and how he'd do a playthrough for money.
Not happening.
So first up we had Ian Spaceshipstead, who said, funny you mentioned the Alien game. A few weeks ago, me and a few associates were discussing how many of us have spent a lot of time just hiding in cupboards in that game. So much that I said we should hiding in cupboards. So much I said that we should start playing playing Alien hiding cupboard support group. Start a I play Alien hiding cupboard support group. Right. Bit of Alien junkie at the moment, some may have guessed. Can I get past the med level? Medlab level, can I balls? Cupboard time. Yeah, Medlab level was the one that featured in my YouTube video for the Oculus Rift, where I was sitting there going, "Whoa," while the kid's going, "Daddy, don't have a heart attack," which I also linked on the Facebook group. Also, we mentioned the thing about the war and the Peter Capaldi speech from Doctor Who, which has prompted Martin Thompson to post up the actual speech on the Facebook group, which if you go to the facebook.com/groups/the Black Dog Podcast, you can see. And what is it? We got one from, he says, going all the way down the list because there's lots of stuff in the Facebook group. Where are we? There was we got a poster. We got a poster made by Chris Johnson, who's made a logo called the Roast Potato Gamer.
Not
which
happening.
I think it's there, you know. Yeah, you know. And then Brad Hammond said, "I've got £5 up front and 5 to follow if Mr. Manis would give it a go." Yeah, ironically, he did actually post a picture of the alien from Alien Isolation while hiding in a cupboard. So make of that what you will. And he actually said, "I can't find your PayPal, Addy. Elton, please send it to me."
It's been taken off.
Has it?
Yeah.
Has it?
Yeah.
While Adrian Mighty Zim Saunders did actually say to check the local carvery. You may be there. Looking up roast potatoes, obviously. So, but you know, you never know. Maybe, just maybe. What do you say, Elton?
No, not happening.
You sure?
Yep.
You can't tempt you.
Next section.
Not even for charity, mate.
Nope. Oh, fuck charity. Fuck that.
Fuck charity. Fuck them kids in. Fuck them kids. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not getting scared for nothing. Not nothing, no how. No. Right, okay. Well, if anybody else would like to browbeat Elton into submission or send us any feedback, then by all means send it in to feedback@blackdogpodcast.com or go onto the Facebook group, which is facebook.com/groups/the Black Dog Podcast. Anyway, that's it for this section. We shall wrap it up there. And now we will take a break, roll the jingle, and come back, or rather, back country. See what I did there? No?
Nice.
Thanks.
If you go down in the woods today, you're sure of a big surprise. If you go down in the woods today, you'd better go in disguise. For every bear that ever there was will gather there for certain, because today's the day the teddy bears have their pick.
Yes, so Backcountry is a 2014 Canadian nature survival horror film written and directed by Adam McDonald, making his feature film directorial debut. Adam McDonald, I think, just looking at it, yeah.
Did he have a farm?
E-I-E-I-O. Yeah. He made a film. I don't know if we've reviewed it yet, called Pyewacket.
Oh, yeah, I've seen Pyewacket.
Yeah, any good?
I really like Pyewacket. Creepy.
Okay, right. Well, that was the film he made after Backcountry. So there you go. Yeah, the film tells the story, the supposedly true story, quote unquote, of a couple who go into the backwoods in near Missinaba Lake Provincial Park near Ontario in 2005, and unfortunately are beset by unfortunate elements of the forest. Let's just put it that way. Though the poster and the jingle might have just given it away, but I'm going to just not spoil it entirely. The film is 92 minutes. It has a budget which isn't listed. But how much do you think it made at the box office, Jim?
I think it made 2 million picnic baskets.
Ranger, sir. Hey there, boo boo. I'm smarter than your average bear. 2 million picnic baskets. Okay, Elton.
Some fish guts.
Fish guts. Nom nom nom. And Darren.
A can of bear spray and a very loud whistle.
Well, you are all wrong. What it made was a dirty, bloody sock and a lack of a map. And a complete lack of moral judgment and understanding of the human condition, an understanding of where you are in nature, how things work, or anything. Sorry, I'm getting off.
Where you are in the fucking pecking order.
Where you are in the fucking pecking order. Yes, exactly. I don't think you understand how nature works. Fuck you. No, actually, it only made $71,000. So I don't think it'll be a sequel.
What would they do?
Exactly.
Send her back in?
Backcountry 2. This time it's war. Anyway. Right. Well, before we go any further, let's go around the table. No spoilers, despite what we've pretty much said. And let's find out what everyone thought about it. So I'll start with you, Jim.
I quite enjoyed this. I thought it was just a good simple tale, well told.
Mm-hmm.
But just a bit of meat on the bone. That's a terrible
Unfortunate
pun,
turn of
really.
phrase.
But you know what I mean? I think that's a good. Without saying too much, but I thought kind of a film like this lives and dies on the characters and their relationship.
Mm.
And at first I thought, is this going to be like another Open Water? Do you remember that movie?
Yes, yeah.
Which is kind of a great idea, but it's kind of not really good enough for a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this kind of, no, you just played a good game, as it were. I'll leave that there, I think, before I spoil something.
Okie dokie. And right, okay, I think I know where it's going to go in a second, so I'm going to skip around you, Darren, for a second, and just say that I thought it was a solid man versus nature kind of film, and I appreciated the attempt at wrong-footing you, which it does about midway through. But there is a point at which I lost patience with it. But we'll get into that at another point. But for a low budget, short little horror movie, it did the job. But I think I was kind of expecting a little more. But maybe that's not quite fair. But okay, and now. Oh, blimey. Here we go. Here we go. Hold on.
Danger. The emergency destruct system is now activated. The ship will detonate in T-minus 10 minutes.
So, Darren, what did you think of it? No spoilers.
I think if you were to go into court, right, and you were to say, like, I'm putting a case together that proves that Hollywood or any kind of film company should just not go near any kind of true story and make a film of it because they just can't. And they didn't, because I've since learned some facts about this whole story, which I will get into anyway. But yeah, the stories from what I've read, the story, or from what I've been told, the story is completely wrong. There was one character in it I really didn't like at all, which is really unfortunate because it was one of the main ones. If he was any more toxic, I'd have to be wearing a fucking NBC suit to actually sit and watch the film. So yeah, didn't enjoy that. It does the typical thing. Now I know in some horror movies you have to have stupid people doing stupid things. You get that thrown in there little bits, but this had too much of it. I couldn't get on with it. I'll go into a little bit more in the actual spoiler zone because there's one bit in it that really fucking got my goat. Just made it unbearable.
Okay.
That's the biggest laugh I got out of this. Of course, not that it was a comedy or anything, but I think what, as you say, Lee, a film lives and dies on its arse when it, above everything else, with the characters in it and how you get on with them, and it just. It's like there are so many red flags. With one of them, I just couldn't with it. Annoyed, yeah, annoyed.
Okay.
Yes. So I didn't really get on with it.
So I'll put you down as a maybe.
A maybe.
Okay.
Oh man. Sorry.
Okay. No, don't apologise. It's what you thought. There. Right. So over to you, Elton. It was your pick.
It was, yes. It was a blind pick.
You sent us over to the wonderful wilds of Freeview.
Oh, wasn't that fun?
That was fun.
Do you remember them days of adverts during films?
Yeah,
I've got to say that was the one. This is the adverts weren't too bad on this. They were most of the ones I had were quick. So.
It wasn't like the one we did, Pluto TV.
Oh, fuck no. Fuck Pluto TV.
All my choices now are just going to have adverts in the films now. I've decided.
I'm pretty sure liked it. Pluto TV is just an advert station where it gives you breaks with, some plot of a film chucked in between adverts.
Nice.
Yeah, but this wasn't like that.
No. So go on in. What did you think?
I've had a bit of time to think about this, and I did enjoy it, but there's a lot of buts though. All the way through this,
I didn't see any. They were mainly clothed.
They were mainly clothed. I wouldn't go swimming in that. You'd have a fish swim up it. God damn it!
You would. Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You're in Ontario. You're not in fucking.
It's not in the Amazon.
Fucking Amazon.
I don't care. Something a swim up there.
No. I'm sorry.
Duct tape on everything.
Yeah. All the locks are off on this one, mate. It's reality doesn't enter into it, so you could be, fuck it, whatever. Just sorry. I'm
Back out, Dal. Back out. Back away.
I'm just going to go down the shops for a while, all right? I know they're all shut, but...
Darren, would you rather be stuck in the woods with...
with a bear?
We'll do that later on.
Please present me with your conundrum. I'm listening.
With a fridge or a scooter?
Fridge or... an interesting philosophical debate. Which one, pray tell, do you think makes more noise? Because if I was the main character in this, I'd probably choose the fucking scooter. But sorry, I'm walking away now. I'm going over here. I'm like Craig David. I'm walking away.
From the
Troubles in my
life,
day.
I'm walking away.
Anyway, back to me.
back to you, Elton.
Rewind selector. Blah, 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 blah.
I enjoyed it, but there's a lot of. I like the faking out that you got about halfway through. I quite enjoyed that. The problem with that is if you've seen anything related, any other media related to this film, then that's null and void. It doesn't work at all. And it's a shame. It really is a shame that we have to ruin things before we've actually got in and watched these sort of things. I think that would have been a good little twist. But and we would have had some fun with it as well. But it is stupid people. Well, not a stupid person doing stupid things, definitely. And I think I enjoyed it, but I was really worried going into this that you'd all hate it. I'm glad you don't all hate it. That's good. But
I wouldn't say we don't all hate it.
Well, I wouldn't say you loved
on
it.
there, Elton.
Yeah, steady up.
Just take a look at this from a distance here.
Yeah, let's just back that up a little bit. Take a deep breath.
Yep.
Let's go at it.
I'll
properly.
recalibrate.
Yeah. Stop, collaborate, and listen.
I think there's a little bit to discuss in this, but you never know. We might finish before midnight this time round.
Yeah, I think we might be. I think we might be done early.
Yeah,
if I'm honest. But okay then. So you've heard what we thought. Obviously, if you want to be part of the conversation and you want to send us feedback in on the film, by all means, send it in to us at the usual channels. But obviously, if you haven't seen the film and you don't want it spoiled, stop the podcast, go watch it, and then get back to us, okay? Because we're going to spoil the fuck out of this pretty darn quickly. Mm-hmm. So, yes, roll the spoiler jingle.
There will now be a short intermission.
Shut up, Wesley. Shut up, Wesley. Shut up, Wesley. Shut up, Wesley. Shut up, Wesley.
And here we are on the other side of the spoiler zone. And, now you've only got yourself to blame. Right, let's get started.
Don't put a bear on the poster.
Good night, everyone. and that'll be it. So, yeah, don't put the bear on the poster. Well, I think we're going to call it Bear Country as well, just to really sort of hammer it home. I mean, seriously. But okay, let's start with that then. Firstly, how if you weren't seeing the bear on every conceivable piece of media outside of the actual film, would you have suspected that all the weird murdery death in the forest was the trapper? Elton.
Darren, hold it. Wait.
I've got
the gate hasn't gone yet.
I'm like Hodor. I'm just holding that door. Yeah. I'm just holding the door, and I'm going to let Darren off in a second. But we'll get to him in a second because the floodgate's going to open.
This is the problem with modern media and their trailers, and putting all the best bits in the trailers, and putting all the best bits in the little clips that you see all over the place, and the interviews, and giving things away on little tidbits. And look, we're going to give you the first 10 minutes of the movie to titillate you with this. Well, okay, fine. And now you're giving me 7 trailers to go along with that, along with other trailers and posters. And oh, look, here's an interactive poster that you can touch and move around, and give you plot points of this film. This is the problem with modern cinema. Don't stop it. They need to stop this. It's ruining so many things. It's ruining the enjoyment of. When was the last time you actually went into a film and went, "Oh wow, I'm kind of scratching my head at the moment," because I don't think it happens that often. Because you'll watch a trailer or look at something, and I know. I couldn't help but say, if you go down to the woods today, last week, about this film, because there's a fucking bear on the thing. If it wasn't a fucking bear on the thing, then maybe I wouldn't have been that inclined to say that.
Yeah.
But it would have been great to think one way and then be turned.
You know what? I didn't actually look at the poster.
What? Even though it's on the banner of the Facebook group?
Yeah, I didn't actually see any of that. I wasn't really concentrating on it. Just I had the title, went looking for it, got it. And
when was the last time you were on a Facebook group, Dal?
No, I did.
I'm joking. Go on,
I did actually kind
Remove
of work
him from
it out.
admin.
It was
Remove him
about,
from admin.
But if I've got to be honest, I was hoping they'd have a bit of a twist on this, and the guy they meet in the forest, or it would be her boyfriend who was a serial killer, and the guy who they met in the forest would actually save her. I thought that might have been the twist in this. Unfortunately, it wasn't. So yeah.
And what about you, Jim?
Well, I had seen said bear on the poster, but bearing in mind this is a low-budget movie, I was going into it. I didn't thought, well, are they going to actually have money for a bear, or is it like countless other sort of cheap movies where they've got a really amazing poster of something that isn't in the film?
Yeah, the old if the monster's on the cover, forget it.
So when the sinister ranger turns up. It's kind of we're in different territory I was expecting. So that was all right. But then it turned out it was a bear. But I was far enough in that by point, I didn't really mind because I knew it's going to be surviving in the wilderness and people versus nature, and whether it's a mad ranger or a bear, it amounts to much the same. It's not going to change the genre of the film that much or the direction of the plot, if you see what I mean. So it would be nicer not to have the bear on the poster, though, completely. To have the bear as a complete surprise. I would have liked that. But you can't have everything. Where would you put it?
Well, I mean, my thought where it comes to the poster and the bear and everything like that was it's been done before in earlier films where you can actually show something else on the poster, have the title kind of refer to the titular creature or whatever, and you think, oh, hang on, it has a double meaning. My go-to would be Predator. If you look at the poster for Predator, there's the poster saying Predator, and there's Arnold Schwarzenegger dolled up to the nines in fucking army and camo gear with a big old gun, and it's like, so it's like Commando. He's just, instead of we called him Commando, we've called him Predator. You know what I mean? And then it's and then surprise, surprise, there's an invisible alien in the jungle. But this just kind of went, oh yeah, by the way, she's going to hang off a cliff at the end, and there's going to be a bear at the top of it. Waterfall. Here's the poster. Here's the end of the film as the poster. It's like, oh. Yeah. If the person who designed this poster had done Star Wars, there'd literally be a picture of the X-Wings flying away from an exploding Death Star. I mean...
You know what? You could have even had a picture of her from behind, standing there looking over the hill, the tops of the trees when they got to their final destination. That bit there where they're looking out and they're just see. You could have had that even on the poster and just had back country and left it as that.
Mm.
And it's like, oh, where's this going to go? What's going to happen in this film? Obviously, someone gets lost.
Mm. I mean, I must admit, I was kind of hoping against hope that the bear on the poster was kind of like just a one-off kind of encounter, and the actual bad guy would be the creepy Irish Ranger guy,
But no.
who I could have sworn I've seen somewhere else, and I can't remember who he is.
Yeah.
But anyway,
instead we got Yogi Myers. That's what we got.
Yogi Myers.
Or is it Rupert Voorhees? One of the two. I don't know.
Well, we'll get to the bear thing in a minute, because the bear itself. But I mean, we've all seen man versus nature movies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, which ones stand out to you as the ones we should be marking this against? Because I think that's kind of where we kind of got to start, because the plot itself is fairly generic. You know, people go into the woods, get lost, things happen, one comes out, two come out, things go horribly wrong. You know, they're being hunted through the jungle or the forest or whatever. What would be your go-to survival again in the wilderness movie?
Rambo: First Blood.
Right. Okay. That wasn't quite where I was thinking it'd go, but there you go. What about
that's
you,
the only
Jim?
one I can think of the top of my head. Which, you know.
Okay. Jim?
I don't know really. As I said, this depends on how loose you define it, because there's all sorts of kind of things like, God knows, like grizzly and frogs, but they're not quite the same sort of thing. I'm trying. One of the sort of pure like survival sort of stories. He's eluding me at the minute. I know I've seen plenty of them.
Can we?
Well, the relevant, I suppose, is the Leo Caprio one is probably the high watermark, isn't it? Especially for Man versus Bear.
Man versus Bear, yeah, exactly. What about you, Elton?
I suppose Revenant would be there. I would class 127 Minutes a possible one as well.
Yep. And to a lesser degree, perhaps Deliverance. That was another one that came to my mind.
What's the one that they go spelunking in?
Oh, the Descent?
The Descent, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they all have that sort of like, go into nature, and nature done to fuck you up.
Yeah.
Whether or not it's a monster or something, but it's, the Descent. That's still my disaster movie.
That's a good one, I think.
Yeah, it's good. I just have flashbacks to going and see it in the Odeon Leicester Square on my fucking own. In a 1,000-seater theatre.
You keep doing this, and now you're going to do it tomorrow.
Yeah, I know it's foolish, but
Can we count Anaconda as one of these movies? No,
no.
With leering, come on, it's got leering John Voight in it. You know, leering zombie John Voight in that film.
We'll revisit this when we actually watch the film, but no. Anyway, now I was just trying to get a sense of where we were coming from with these films, of what one we were really in our mind we were comparing against. By the way, the Irish guy, Eric Salter Balfour. Eric Balfour.
Yeah.
Apparently,
he's
been
not
in lots
Irish.
of things like 6 Feet Under. No, he's not. How could you tell with that accent?
Pretty sure he was in a series called Haven as well.
Yeah, he was in. That's where I saw him. Skyline. That was
I remember that. Oh God,
yes.
That's a film, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, that is a film.
Oh, that should be that should be loaded into the chamber at one point, I think.
If someone does that, just be prepared for me to start pointing out all the Turbo Squid assets. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. So, Mr. Top of the morning to you. Yeah, where's me Lucky Charms? I mean, he was rude.
Making up for last week now.
Yeah, we're back to last week, but it was seriously one of the naffest Irish accents I've heard in a while.
Yep, we've not heard an accent of that magnitude since Chief O'Hara in the Batman TV series, Adam West.
That guy's not even seen a pint of Guinness. Come on.
Nope.
Yeah, the closest he's got to Ireland is by looking at it on a map. Anyway, yeah. So, okay. So, how did we feel about the two main characters? I mean, again, I'm going to come to you last now because I feel like again the dams will break.
I've already got my opening line.
I bet you have.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right here, which will just. All right, God, sorry.
Go on,
shut up.
Jim. Jim, how do you feel about the state of the characters?
It's what I thought it was sort of interesting because it's kind of as the film sort of goes along, you begin to realise kind of, oh God, this guy is. He kind of reminds me of the boyfriend in the first Paranormal Activity.
Oh God, right on the money. That's a bullseye. Yeah,
and he's guy. He seems pleasant and reasonable. I think it goes on, you realise he's such a spoilt brat.
Yep.
And it is kind of. I found it was good. It's just that sort of tick, tick, tick until. Where's the late? Oh, I'm lost. And it's like, oh, you twat, you bullshitting twat! Don't you know how dangerous this is? And kind of, but he's got kind of, oh, I know best. I'm always right. Do as I say. Come on, baby, you must do what I say. You have to always play by my, Simon Says. That's kind of.
Or don't you mean Simon Says?
Yeah.
What is 4 pints of water in the 2 different cans?
But I kind of like that. Kind of actually, he's not the bear that's a danger. It's not the creepy Irish Ranger. It was actually him.
That toxic twat.
Steady. I haven't given you the go ahead. Stay behind the fence.
All I'll say is that normally before in any other given situation, before his photograph is produced, it's have you seen this man? That's oh my God, shut up, Darren. Right.
The role of Columbo will be played by Darren today. And another thing.
Yeah, just one more thing.
Bite down on this belt, Darren.
Sorry. So, Elton.
So,
and your opinion?
The main character. I didn't mind the main characters actually. I didn't mind any of the characters really. Irish accent, it's fine. I don't mind that. But the way that they get into their predicament is a very blasé way of treating nature around you, thinking that you know better than anyone else, either giving you advice or your memory or anything like that. And what we have to remember in a lot of these movies, it's humans going into a zone or a life area where they're not really supposed to be. And they get treated the way they should be treated in them situations. So if you go swimming with sharks, you get bitten by a shark, it's not the shark's fault. If you get bitten by a bear, it's not the bear's fault. And I'm glad that they didn't go round and kill the bear after this, because it wouldn't be warranted. You've walked into his house, on his grass, on his lawn, and then you expect him to treat you any differently from the deer that he killed the other day. It's silly. So I quite like that they treated the humans with the contempt that they deserved. And they did, because you do silly things about removing your phone, and fine, I like the way that they explain this. Yeah, okay. Where's my phone? Oh, I left it in the car. You wouldn't got any service anyway. Yeah, but I would like to have tried. I'd like to have had that option to do that. And that's the garden path that this guy leads them both down. His stupidity and the way that he thinks he's above nature. He thinks he knows it, or he doesn't need a map. What does he need a map for? Well, to tell you where you are, you idiot. And having a compass. But then again, one thing that really did bug me, I thought she might have grabbed a compass, but no, it was a fucking diamond ring. God damn it. You grabbed that on the way out. Not the axe, not the bear spray, not water, not something that might help you, maybe some rope or some, I don't know, something to lead a trail away from you. But no, a diamond ring, because that will help you in your situation, won't it?
Yeah. Yeah. If you want to escape, put a ring on it. If you want to escape, put a... Yeah.
Just fucking dumb. Absolutely dumb. And I'm looking forward to seeing what Darren says about the actual true story about this, because based is doing a lot of lifting in that sentence of based on a true story.
Yeah. I'm not going to get into the true story thing. Hold on.
Just all I'll say
is, he's at the door again.
The more
you with a rolled up newspaper.
The more you read, right? Okay, you go for different reviews. You find that stuff starting to get tacked on to that based bit, right? Till it gets to loosely based.
And but they always are, though, aren't they? Come on.
Yeah, but this is when I tell you, when I read this one line, you'll see how loosely fucking based it is.
All right.
On this story, you really will. It's just like
someone's squirting with water.
It's like he's put his head through a cat flap, isn't it?
Yeah.
You don't live here.
Don't worry. You will get your moment to illuminate us, mate. Honestly, it's cool. I will give it to you. I will give you the floor in less than 2 minutes.
I will be just literally one and done, and then I will walk away and I will stop ranting and yammering once I'm done. But it's like, oh my God, just.
Okay.
I'm going to go and tear up a phone book or something, all right? Okay?
You know when Darren's cross, when he starts clapping?
Yeah. Actually, let me fire up Tomb Raider and let me just sit there running her off a cliff or something until you're, just constantly, just until it's my turn. It's just... Sorry, I'll shut up. I'm being unfair. I know.
No. You're not being unfair. You're not being unfair. It's no different than when I do it. It's fine. It's fine.
It's not good showmanship here. Come on, I'll shut up now. La.
I don't even know what I was going to fucking say anymore.
Let's go arrange some flowers.
I was going to say that I thought that the main characters. Well, firstly, he was toxic as fuck, but he gave me the same vibe as in Blair Witch. You know, the idiot who goes, "Oh, I kicked the map into the river," and to me, that's where my sympathy went out the window. The instant he goes, "Oh, I don't need that, and I don't need that, and I don't need that," and he just acts like the big man, and then there's a shot of him and then there's the bit where he drops the fucking canoe on his foot. And you can see it's hurt him because he's landed point down on his toe, and you're like, "I'll just give over." And he's so wrong from the off. There's no attempt to make him likable at all.
May I ask, when you say toxic, what do you mean by that?
Well, there's a kind of there's an implication of it to start with. When he's in the car and they're in the car and she goes and she's answering the questions about their relationship, and she goes, how often does my significant other get his way? or their way. And she goes all the time.
Yep.
And then she tries to make a joke of it. And then later on, you can see that that's exactly what he does. Every time she says no, he goes, but I want to, effectively.
Right.
And when he turns around and he's got, he sort of sees her with the bear spray and sees her with the flares and actual, camping equipment. He's like, no, you don't need that. You don't need that. When he hurts his foot, rather than admit he needs her to help him, he just will carry on and will get them more lost. When he gets lost, he doesn't get lost at one fork in the road. He gets lost at two forks in the road and won't admit it until finally they go up a hill, and then it's like, oh, you cannot avoid the fact you are now totally lost. And then when she sort of freaks out, understandably, he immediately turns around and goes, but I wanted to give you the ring. It's like, oh, that's all right, is it? I'm sorry. And it's just constantly piling it on.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking to myself, well, they've got to the top of the hill. They've got the forest. They know they're lost. Retracing your steps should not be a problem because you've literally just walked in a straight line up a hill. Because that's how the film's presented it.
Yeah.
So, but instead, he'd rather sit there and sulk on a rock and then come and sit beside her until the sun's gone down and go, we should make camp. It's like, no. What we should have done is had the argument in the car 2 days later when we walked back the way we came, when we knew where we fucking well were.
Yeah.
And so there's, and everything goes wrong because essentially he won't admit he's wrong and he won't take advice and and everything has to go his way. And he won't accept anything else. And when he does, and when things don't go his way, he sulks or fucks up.
Well, he kind of doesn't he run into a tent at one point?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't understand that move of running into a tent where you can see everything around you and you can react to what's going to be happening to you. But in a tent, you're just a bag of crisps to something else now.
Yeah, you're flat packed for freshness.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, and this is just me, I always remember the old rule of thumb. If it's black, fight back. If it's brown, lay down. And if it's white, good night.
Yep.
That was the thing with the bears, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So if there's a black bear, you make yourself I was
going to say, but Lee, what about bears?
Oh, God. www.leesaracist.com. Oh, right. Thanks for that. Thanks. Taking out of context clips.
I'm sorry, but if you set them up, I'm going to knock them out of the park.
Fucker.
You've just held the ball and gone now. Go on, look, I'm not going to move. Just right there. Go on.
It's like peanuts.
Yeah, in fact, let me put the baseball down there. Let me hold up a football. There we go. There, take a swing at that with your massive bat. Go on.
Quickly, Nibbles. Choose through my ballsack.
Which bear is best?
Yeah, which bear is best? Well, you see, that's the thing. When he's facing it as a black bear, the idea is you make yourself big and loud and you use the whistle and make noise and the bear will run away because black bears are cowards. That's how it works. And the brown bears, if they come along, play dead, go loose, and it'll get bored and fuck off. And if it's a white bear, firstly, you're fucking lost because you were in the Antarctic. Secondly,
yeah, you're not in Kansas anymore.
But secondly, those motherfuckers are about 12 feet tall and they will eat you regardless because they are hungry and in the wilderness.
And they are quick.
And they are hungry. So, yeah. So everything that could have gone wrong, everything that could have been done right, everything that needed like 10 seconds of just a little bit of humility and not enough hubris would have got them out of that situation.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like, what a dick. And that's basically my entire takeaway of that whole thing. A dick goes into the forest, makes a load of mistakes, won't admit he's wrong, and dies.
Well, leaving the axe embedded in a tree trunk as well. It's just what? No, keep that on you at all times.
See the bear footprint. Walk past it.
Yeah.
See,
mention it. Maybe mention that to the other person with you. Going, look at this, proving that you can track things. It would have been the perfect point for him to actually say, look, observe this on the floor. This is a footprint. It's walking across our path. Look how good I am at actually tracking and stuff like that. Maybe we should turn around. But no, it's all about him proposing.
Yeah, and not only that, but, I don't know about you, but I'm fairly sure bears have a good sense of smell. So hanging your socks on the line might be a bit like ringing a fucking dinner bell.
Yeah, chum in the water.
Especially those that are covered in fucking blood.
Yeah. So that's the thing. That's where my patience ran out with it, because it was like...
but the thing with the socks, though, that was at the perimeter of the camp. And that's, anything that has a smell that attracts an animal, you put it at the perimeter of the camp away from your tent. When Ranger O'Grady, or whatever the fuck his name is, comes and he takes a piss by the fire, he rolls his eyes, because that is actually a big no-no. You should not piss close to where your tents are, because that will attract things like bears, because they smell the salt in it. He should have gone to the perimeter of the camp and took a leak there, not just stood up and turned around and did it. And that's why that's one thing he did actually know. Because he looks and he's, for fuck's sake, you know what I mean? That's why he's suspicious of him, because are you really a ranger if you just don't you know that? Because he knows that, and he knows fuck all, as it turns out.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so we've voiced our little opinions. Now, please, stand back. Please raise your glass, charge your glasses, stand well back, and I present you with Mr. Darren Barnard's theory of why it's not really a true story. And go.
Black bear kills woman camper north of Chapleau, Ontario. There you go. Right. There you go. Kills woman. Not man.
Are you saying this film is...
The man survived. No, the man survived. But in the film, apparently, he buys it. Apparently, the bear eats the shit out of him, when actually, it's the other way round. So it's not even loosely based on a true fucking story. It was like, it's like saying this is a cup of coffee because I've waved this hot water in front of a coffee bean that's on a table 20 fucking foot away. Right? That's the equivalent of it. Right? So let's get that out the way. Okay, that's the actual story that it's based on. I've even got trouble saying the word based on it, because
go on in.
It's not even. It's based in its loosest terms, right? That's the problem. That's one of the problems I've got with this, right? It's one of the problems I've got with the true story thing. Anyway, let's discuss the bloke, right? Okay. Narcissism is a word that comes to mind where he's concerned. For one thing, not taking blame for anything, right? Refusing help because he thinks he knows better. Okay. And sort of, shall we say, kind of belittling is the other half. Let's go and have a discussion in the tent. I need you now. No, you need to come here.
Yeah.
Doing like, the whole thing with he always gets his way. Yeah, he always gets his way.
Yeah.
Fucking right he does, because he makes sure he gets his way. I've got no real problem with the female character in this at all, right? She's not used to camping. She's not used to anything like that at all. So, apparently in this, so she wouldn't know anything about camping whatsoever. But this man believes because he happened to walk past this place when he was 16 at one point, that he knows the way to where they need to be. So this is why he doesn't take a map. There we go. Arrogance again. Right? Okay. Trying to one up the actual person who's a ranger. Right? Arrogance again. Because nobody can be better than him. Oh, no. He has to be top dog there.
Yeah.
This is already a new story waiting to fucking happen. Right? From the get-go. And the only time he apologizes is when there is no other way of doing it. And again, it's a way of trying to make her feel sorry for him rather than actually taking the blame seriously. Because he mentions the fucking engagement and stuff like this. You know, She even says at one point, we need to turn around. I don't want to go any further. He gets his way again.
Yeah.
I hate his character. I don't know if the guy in this who was actually the real guy was actually like this. I don't know at all. Right? There's no indication of that at all. Looking at the news report, it's mainly about the fact that a black bear may have learned to prey on humans. A black bear learning to prey on humans, which is apparently not a thing. Right? It shouldn't be a thing, but apparently this one did.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at this man's fucking skills at surviving in the forest. Yeah, with this man who supposedly knows what he's doing. Right? Okay.
Yeah.
One thing you don't do is you don't buy the tent that sounds like you're starting up a chainsaw when you open the fucking zipper. Okay. Right.
Okay, can I just ask you a question?
Yes.
Before you go any further,
because I've got to go a bit further into this as well about the whole.
How many episodes of Bear Grylls in the Forest have you watched before we?
I've not watched any, but I'm guessing that what you do is if you're not trying to attract the fucking attention of something, you don't make that much noise, right? And what you certainly don't do is every time you want to see where this bear is, open the fucking thing fully and literally pull the things wide open and look the thing in the eye and go, oh, there's a bear up the road. Shut the thing up, re-zip up, right? What would you do in that situation? You would fucking crack the fucking zipper just a little bit and just look out of it with one eye, wouldn't you? But no, every time it's like he's opening the fucking curtains on a theatre play, right? This is it. Oh, there it is. Oh, fuck me, it's 2 foot away. Well, there you go. Fucking hellfire. Oh, and I'm being eaten. I'm now being eaten. Yes, because I didn't actually, take the advice of most people out of the wilderness when it comes to bears. As you say, you make loud noise, right? You try and make as much noise as possible to scare this fucking thing off. What you don't do is try and boot it in the fucking face. That's not what you do at all. And let's talk about. Sorry, go on.
No, I was just going to say you also if your girlfriend has bear spray literally in her hand,
you don't drop it and lose it. And if you do drop it, you go looking for it. You actually feel around for it, even if you're keeping your eye on the bear. Feel around for the fucking thing.
Well, I mean, couldn't you just open the zipper just even a fraction and just spray it straight through the zipper?
Yeah, why did you need to open the zipper completely? I would not be opening the fucking zipper completely. I would be fucking cracking it and looking out and seeing if I could see what was out there. I certainly wouldn't be making my presence known at all, in any way, shape or form. But, what the fuck do I know? I've never seen really any episodes of Bear Grylls. Oh, I'm sorry. I've just got pure fucking common sense on my side with this one. So, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's me. Maybe it's just me. Maybe you guys wouldn't do the same thing. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm overly cautious.
Or maybe it isn't the point of this movie that he is a dickhead.
Yes.
Yeah, he is a dickhead. And it's annoyingly so. It's so... It's so annoyingly so. I can't. It's distracting. it's the levels of stupidity in most films like this, right? You'll get the people doing quite sensible things until they need to progress the plot and make it, to justify the horror thing. They'll do something completely out of character and do something stupid, But this bloke just does stupid all the fucking time. That's it. It's yeah.
Well,
the arrogance. It's him all the fucking way along. It's him, and I don't think she should have apologised to him. She shouldn't have apologised at all. I don't know why she was apologising to him, but maybe that's just her being good-natured, and that's why he gets his way all the time, because she is a good person, and he's not.
Because she's stuck in the forest with him.
Yeah, she went out with him. She trusts him, right?
She grabbed the diamond ring.
Yeah, and even then, maybe he convinced her that she trusts him. Maybe that's it. Maybe he's not actually done anything to make her trust him. He's,
That's the final horror. She pulls up on the bank with the diamond ring, and then she gets out and she looks at it, and then she takes it to cash for gold like 2 weeks later and finds out it's plastic.
Yep, that's it.
Zirconium.
It's zirconium and tin, and there's a copper ring around her finger. It's like, oh my god! Yeah, the final indignity.
Yes, your diamond is the finest glass known to man.
Yeah, glass and copper. What are you going to do with that?
Jesus Christ Almighty! Yeah, why is my finger going green?
Yeah, why have I got these 2 green marks between my legs on my thighs? What,
yeah.
Is your boyfriend a gypsy? Well, yes. Well, tell him his earrings aren't real gold. Anyway,
do you know what the most heroic thing that he does is tell her to run when the bear is eating the shit out of him. That's about it. He does one thing, and even then, it's kind of, well, that's a little bit too late. You shouldn't have even come this far. 2, you should have been running a lot sooner, not diving in the tent, but getting the fuck out of there. That's
you can't outrun a bear, mate.
No, you can't outrun a bear, but the bear wasn't around really when they went into the tent. Right? So, yeah, I'm sorry. It's just the whole thing, just annoying. Just annoyed them. 7 bales of shit out of me watching this film, and it's mainly thanks to him, mainly thanks to his character. And that Ranger bloke should have punched his fucking lights out. Just gone and done it. Just. Man,
I think probably we shouldn't put Grizzly Man on the docket after this, because that'll really boil your piss. And that is a true story.
Yeah, that is a true story. It's a documentary. Well, that's fine. It's a documentary.
Loosely based.
Yeah.
Loosely.
No, if you think this guy's stupid, Grizzly Man is another level.
I was going to say, wait until you see Timothy Treadwell literally videoing himself 10 feet away from 2 7-foot-high fucking brown bears having a row, while he says, "Hey, Mr. Chocolates, don't fight."
Well,
and then you'll go, "Oh, that guy in the back country, he was actually like fucking Indiana Jones compared to this guy."
Yep,
Darren, you're not going to like Into the Wild either, then.
Oh God, that's another one. Fucking hell.
Into the Wild. Which
Yeah.
one's that?
Oh yes, yeah. Dickhead goes into nature, dies.
Yeah, pretty much.
Basically,
That's it.
There you go. 2 reviews for the price of 1 on this podcast, everyone.
Oh, we'll have to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, cheers, thanks.
Yeah, let's do Dickheads in the Woods movies.
Are we doing that as a month? We're going to have Dickheads in the Woods as a season.
Yeah.
Why don't we do
not?
that? Why
God.
don't we have
You
Dickheads
Into the
in the
Wild
Woods?
boiled my piss so badly.
Oh yeah. Then that is again, that is a true story.
It's a bad film. It's a true story, but the fact it's presented like there was something good or noble about any of this rubbish that happened.
Yeah.
And he was such like a teen martyr for being a dickhead and going from dying in the woods. He's like, no, he's just a fucking dickhead.
He's such a hero. No, he just ran out of
He's
food
not.
and fucking starved.
Fucking moron.
He wanted to go and find himself, but what he found was dysentery and then death. Well done. Oh, yeah. Just moving away from our favourite two male characters in all of cinema history. The main female character. What can I just ask? Firstly, we knew she didn't want to come, and we knew she was being bullied. Can I ask, what was the point of the ending? And then what I mean by that is, she escapes from the bear. No, spoiler warning, but it doesn't matter at this point. No. She escapes from the bear, breaks her leg, and that's still with 15 to 20 minutes of the movie to go. And the movie just kind of trundles along with a kind of, it's a montage showing wandering through the forest. It's a montage.
That was one of my problems with the film, with the... we haven't used this style of camera for a little while, and we haven't used like the zoom into the face and look, it isn't the things going wrong type camera shots. It's like, God, come on, slow motion camera shot. We haven't done that for a bit. Okay, here we go. Here's a slow motion one. Here's a dramatic opening of a flare shot. We haven't seen that. It's just okay. It is.
Yeah.
It's The problem is, I think you've got a great first half because there is no bear, and it's setting up characters and the way they are. It's setting up the story in a great way. It's not like the first third and second third and middle act and then like the ending. It has like the first half of this movie, and then you have like the attack, and then the wander home, which is really what it is. And yeah, they kind of padded out the ending only because I think it would have been too quick. Well, it would have been like hour and 15 minutes if they hadn't stretched it out at the very end. Yeah. So, did they have enough story here to tell?
Jim?
I think for the running time, I think they had kind of just enough. Because I think when they decide actually they will kill the guy, I mean, because I thought, fairly early, I think the odds of both of these getting to the end of this film slim.
Yeah,
or at least it'll be horrendously fucked up. And I was fully expecting one of them would die. And, I could have, but it was a fairly safe early bet, I think. But I didn't expect them to kill him as soon as they did. And that kind of, I think that means for the rest of the movie, it did feel like all bets are off. Because is she going to survive? Because, you know what I mean? It just sort of, you're not playing by the usual Hollywood rules here. We might have an ending where she literally just starves to death in the middle of some trees.
Yeah. Well, at one point, I thought that was what they were going to do.
Yeah. But actually, I quite like just the final twist at the end that you find actually the weird ranger guy actually is a ranger guy, and he appears to be organising a search party for them.
Yeah.
And I thought that was just kind of, it didn't really play it up like a big M. Night Shyamalan sort of twist, but it was just nicely subtle. And once you kind of, no, well played, like that.
Yeah.
I like the way that we knew that it was him because he had fish on him. Just constantly carrying fish around.
Yeah. Oh, thank God, it's the ranger guy. How do you know he's carrying fish?
It's like Keys in E.T., isn't it?
Yeah. Jingle, jingle, jingle. Oh, it's a bad guy. Yeah. What about you? I'm almost hesitant to ask, but Darren, what do you think about her escape in the final bit?
Well, if she actually did, and even with a broken leg, she still did so much better by herself than she did with him. She actually found a way home without his assistance as well. Because they were slowly getting more and more lost while he was alive. So, yeah, there you go. It just goes to show you.
So you were okay with that finale then?
Well, yeah. I'm sorry, but she deserves so much better. So I'm quite happy that she got away. It did seem a little bit drawn out, even for a movie that's hour and 28. I think it was.
Yeah. It was literally 98 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the only reason I say it because the thing is, there was a number of bits in there just from a narrative standpoint where I thought, because as you rightly say, it's by this point, we're not in Kansas anymore with the relationship to to reality here.
No, we're not.
So if you're not following the story, then what's the point in trying to make it seem like you are? And
well, why not? Why not have it? So if you're not going to be accurate, which you're definitely not, why not have her be the competent one in the situation that they're in? And she actually doesn't lose the bear spray.
Yeah.
This is it. She gets it in the face and they run, and then there's a little bit more of a, there's more action in it. You're filling it with.
Yeah, I guess that's the part of the problem, isn't it? It's like, if you're going to stick to the story, then stick to the story, and if you're not, then make the story do something else.
Make it interesting.
Because that last 15 minutes, and this is kind of a bit of a nitpick, but I'm going with it. Is she actually finds a river?
Yeah.
And then immediately steps over it and carries on walking in a straight line. At which point my brain went, why don't you follow the river?
Yep.
To the waterfall? Like a normal person, or down to the to find the coastline.
Head downhill. That's all you need to do. Head downhill.
And then magically she stumbles over the waterfall anyway. And then magically, after about 5 minutes, she stumbles over the canoe. I mean, the actual canoe that they pulled up in. It's like,
indeed.
But not before we've had 20, 30 minutes of her just sort of stumbling through the forest while the music's telling us that it's all very epic. And that's the bit I was kind of like, oh, really? Okay. Yeah. It was all just a bit, it felt a bit dragged out, and I was kind of like, I could have done without that. I could, they could have ended it with a blooming helicopter going over at that point.
Yeah, they could have.
But they just chose to drag it out a little bit longer. I mean, because did anyone at that point? I mean, I know you were saying all bets are off, Jim, but did you really, honestly, at that point, think she wasn't going to make it?
I honestly wasn't sure.
Yeah. Okay. Because I mean, I agree. I wasn't sure for a while when she sort of laid down and sat by the tree and then sort of nodded off.
It was after the helicopter had gone over and she didn't just get a little Chekhov's road flare out and, hey, I'm rescued. After that, it's going to, maybe you're going to starve her to death.
You just finish it on a really happy note.
But you know what I mean? I appreciate that because, you got Chekhov's road flare. That's going to come into it. No, it does nothing. Red herring. No. You think that's going to be, she's a helicopter. Oh, here comes the road flare, and that's going to be the end. Oh, no. Oh, okay. Well played.
Did you say Chekhov's road flare?
Yes.
Yeah. Instead of Chekhov's gun.
Love it.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, Chekhov's road flare. Yeah, Captain, it's a road flare. It's a vessel. Anyway. One other thing I was going to say, which took me out of it a little bit, and it's not really the film's fault, but it was the low budget. which he managed to sort of like cover quite well for the most part until the bear actually attacked the guy.
Oh, okay.
And the reason I say that is because the bear was being filmed just sticking its head through a tent, and it kept cutting back to him going, "No!" And the blood's going everywhere. And then it kept cutting back to just a bear's head through the tent going, "Raw!" and the audio, I don't know what it was about the audio, but it did sound like someone actually had a tin can and was literally doing this. And I'm thinking, that's not really a bear noise. That's someone's dad yelling into a tin can.
Look, if they have such a low budget, then needs must. And
I'm not knocking them for it really, but it just made me laugh.
I think they dealt with the prosthetics pretty good as well with the budget that they have, and you got to see blood spurting out of his leg and him going, "I'm going to die here, aren't I?" And I'm thinking, yep, you fucking are. Definitely. There's no getting out of there. She should be hightailing it out of there immediately.
I can't feel my feet. No, there's a shocker.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you can even see him.
But what I think it did well is it showed you enough into what it did with him. And then the result of it, of him just laying there, and he's a goner. There's no coming back from that. I think it dealt with that very, very well, because they're not going to have the budget to train a bear or train a couple of bears and then stick them in and get them to. They haven't got the Revenant budget to have a CG bear attacking someone and grabbing him and doing whatever he wants to him. I think what they did with the dragging off, and then when she's kind of startled and you just see the barbecue that had been laid out in front of him, and he was just enjoying it. He looked like he was loving that. And but sometimes the budget did kind of tick over, because there was a moment where she heard the bear, and then all of a sudden she came around the corner, and the bear was just chasing her. There was no rhyme or reason. It wasn't shown as to what was going on there. And then the whistle kind of stopped the bear.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a couple of moments like that. It wasn't horrible enough to kill the film, but it was just moments where you go, there's the seams. That's where the budget is.
That's right, yeah. Yeah. And did she climb down the right side of the waterfall? Because he was saying the right-hand side.
Yeah, but I don't know which way you're looking at it.
Yeah, are you looking at the waterfall or from the waterfall? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wondered about that, because it's kind of like, knowing that, would that be any use? Because think, well, am I facing the waterfall or looking over the waterfall?
Yeah, because if you're looking over the waterfall, then she was on the wrong side,
and she did slip as well. So maybe it was the wrong side.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That's answered that question then, really.
Another case solved.
Yes. Thanks, movie police. Case solved.
Another movie fire put out.
Yeah. No need to thank us, ma'am. Just doing our job. Moonlight Shadow. Was it Dave? What's his name? Dave Angel.
Yes. Dave Angel. Get your hands off me, you freak.
Put your niggers on and make me a cup of tea.
Dave Angel, Eco Warrior.
Anyway, has anyone got anything else they'd like to bring up about this? Just while we're on it, because otherwise I'm kind of a bit stuck. It was a bear. It attacked them. They got away. Well, one of them did. Anything else you want to bring up?
Where is the bear? The bear is over there. He's eating his hair. Look at the bear.
The bear over there. Oh yeah, the bear on the stair.
I saw a bear. Where?
There on the stair. There on the stair. Right there. A little bear with hats on. Well, I declare. Going clip, clippity, clop on the stair. Oh, yeah.
No, I have nothing else.
Jim?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, that's it. No, I'm good. I've had enough of you guys winching over a load of old bollocks. Let's just
Jim's
call it a
bedtime.
day. Yeah, Jim want to go night night. Fair enough. Darren, anything else?
No, I think I've spilled enough bile where this is concerned. Thank you very much.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Really?
Yep.
Okay, that's cool. That's all cool. All right. Well, with that exhausted sigh, I think we should draw a close over that there. If anyone's got any feedback on this, I know there's a couple already on the Facebook group. In fact, in fact, you know what? I'll read it out. How about that? Let's get in there. Sort that out now. Facebook. Let's go on Facebook. Let's tidy this up. Let's just finish this all off, so we don't have to come back and have Darren lose his mind. So, because I think we had a thing from. He goes down the list. I think it was Jack Woodgate, but let's see if I can find it.
Yeah, I think it was.
I can't find it. Where's it gone? Oh, yes. Yes. This. Right. Okay. So Jack says, Union Jack Woodgate said, I did fear this would be rather a landmine goes click scenario when they introduced Brad, the big ranger. It's funny. I actually felt relieved when it was revealed that it was a man versus nature horror story, and Brad was a red herring. Phew! No rape, just a couple being mutilated by a bear. I suppose that's why women choose the bear. There you go. Thank you for that, Jack. And Martin Thompson said, "Not one to eat a roast dinner while watching." So actually, there you go, Elton. Were you into the roast potatoes at this point?
Not a chance.
No
way. No, nowhere near.
And as a particular aficionado of surviving in the woods with your long dark streams,
yeah.
How did this feature? You know, how do you feel they did?
Well, I have been mauled by a bear on numerous occasions in that game after shooting it in the face, and then it mauls me. You're like, okay, and then it leaves me as well.
Oh, right.
And then I go away and sew up my clothes, and then shoot him again, and then eat him. So
nice.
I always win in that sort of situation.
Okay. Which brings us to our that's good to know. Brings us to our caption for this week. Elton got noshed off by a bear.
Oh no! We're not doing that. No.
Beautiful.
No.
Well, you shot on its face, and then
it knocked you
off.
No.
Apparently, it kind of took you in its mouth, and
left you to it until you could shoot in its face.
Left you completely feeling drained.
We are choosing something else. I am not having.
By the way, when are you going to tell your employees about this podcast? Okay, can we come up with a caption then? Anyone?
There was something said earlier on. I forget though. Damn it.
When
loosely based.
Loosely based.
Yeah, loosely based. Or when Baloo talked about the bare necessities, he certainly didn't mean this.
Yeah. There you go. A prickly pawpaw or a prickly pear. If you pick a raw paw, next time beware. You pick a prickly pear with a paw, do you pick a pear trying to use the clear?
You've got it in Vic Reeves and fucking pub singing.
Yeah. Vic Reeves. Bare necessities are left to come to you. Right. Anyway, we'll wrap it up there because clearly the wheels have come off. So that's that. Ladies and gentlemen, you know the usual routine. If you want to send any feedback in, by all means do so. Send it to feedback@blackdogpodcast.com or go into the Facebook group, which is facebook.com/groups/the Black Dog Podcast, and leave some feedback under the episode. And we'll read it out next week. Right. So, Jim.
Yes.
I believe you have the honor of opening and closing this year's Indeterminate Weeks of Horror, which I feel is quite appropriate as you are our horror aficionado.
Indeed.
So, what have you got for us? What delights do you have to show us this year?
Well, I thought I was going to go for a movie on Amazon Prime, but having looked it up, I think the poster has a whacking great fucking spoiler on it. So I've had to rewind and reverse there. I was telling you about actually Pie Wacket by the same director is on Amazon Prime, which is very creepy. But I might keep that in the back pocket.
Okay.
But instead, I'm going for a film that I've not seen before, but I hear very good things about. And it's in the past, this particular format's been quite successful for us in the 4 Weeks of Horror, the mockumentary.
Okay.
It's a film you can watch it all legit on YouTube on the Kings of Horror channel. And it's dubbed the first found photography horror film. And it's called Savage Land.
Savage Land.
Yeah, all one word, Savage Land.
Okay.
I would advise probably don't read the YouTube comments because I think people are a bit blabby on what it's all about in there. But I heard very good things. People say it's very, very clever, very well done, and hopefully it should be an interesting one to talk about.
Okay.
It's basically about a documentary about, say, a small town near the Arizona-Mexican border where apparently overnight everyone's fucking disappeared.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good start. That's a good start. We're into creepy. Actually, it looks like it's on. Yeah, it might even be on Prime. Hold on a second.
It's on
it
YouTube.
called?
Yeah, definitely on
Savage Land.
Yeah,
So
on the Kings of Horror channel.
Is this
I think it's on Prime to buy.
Is this 1994 or 1980 or 1999 or what year is this?
2007.
Really? Because I was going to say it looks like 2015 to me.
Actually,
that's the trailer date. That could be wrong.
What channel was it on again?
The Kings of Horror.
Because I've just found it by itself under something called V Horror, but
okay.
Is that Aaron 20?
Wow.
Aaron 20 long? Is it? Is that right?
We're doing well here.
I believe the Kings of Horror is the actual proper official channel. As with YouTube and all these things, there'll be other chunky channels ripping it off.
Right.
Yeah, there's V Horror Nates, horror flicks.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I will
Kings
put
of
the
Horror, I
link
got it.
for the real one in the chat because it's always good the proper source, and they get the pennies.
Okay.
Yep, that's it. Yep, make sure they get the pennies.
There we go.
Cool. Okay. Oh, there we go. And there's the message coming through. Brilliant. I've actually just found it on the Kings of Horror. Except I seem to be getting hundreds of ads popping up because my ad blocker's gone mental. Right. Okay. So, skip that, go away. Stop being so loud. Stop it. There you go. Yes, I found it. So I've got it. I've copied it. I'm going to stick it on the group. Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, yes, we will be going to the deepest, darkest corners of indie movie horror. The first found photography horror film. Nice. Curiouser and Curiouser, which is, of course, this movie, Savage Land. We will be reviewing that next week as the opening to our Indeterminate Weeks of Horror, which always ends up descending into chaos and taking 7 months. So, there you go. We will be doing that next week. So, at this point, I'm going to ask the question, but I think I know the answer. Has anyone else seen this movie?
No.
Nope.
Elton?
Nope. Not at all.
I know you haven't, Jim, and I haven't. So I have one last question, Elton.
Mm-hmm.
Based on the briefest of synopsis of vanishing people and found photography movie.
Yep.
How are you feeling about that so far?
That always gets me.
That's
Yeah.
at least
So,
a bag
okay.
of King Edward's, that, isn't it?
Let's remind ourselves of the found footage we've already seen. We've seen Lake Mungo, which kind
Yes.
of fake found footage. The Blair Witch.
Yeah.
The Hell
Wreck.
House LLC,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
which was
Paranormal Activity.
yeah. All great movies that I didn't have any problems with whatsoever.
Lovely. That's absolutely brilliant. As long as you're going to be fine with it. That's the main thing. We don't want you being upset by this.
Yeah. There we go. God, I love Halloween series. Oh,
It's
isn't
great,
it
isn't it?
wonderful.
Yeah. Of course, there is a way out of it.
I'll just go
A
see.
legitimate way out. No.
Oh.
Because then we'll be asking you for your opinion to send a reply back or something like that, feedback. No. I mean, you could circumvent it by just playing Alien Isolation.
No,
for 4 weeks.
let's move on.
Oh, well,
Let's move
never
on
mind.
from that.
Well, then we'll all be enjoying Savage Land next week. That's a part of our 4 weeks of horror. 5 weeks of horror. Oh, I've already lost count. Right, okay, brilliant. So before we go, Jim, do you want to tell us what's going on Hypnogoria this week?
On this week, I've just reached a new commentary club in which me and Teresa watched the first Purge film, which neither of us had seen for the first time.
Nice.
Which is interesting.
Nice.
And also a reading of a story by Sheridan Le Fanu, A Ghostly Tale for September.
Nice.
Oh, and I
Okey
just
dokey.
dropped a review of a rather good folk horror movie that's on Netflix called 8 for Silver, or The Cursed, if you're in the US, which I was
Nice.
that impressed with, I actually did an ad hoc review of. That was really,
Nice.
I mean, not a super classic, but a good, solid movie with some good, interesting twists and nicely played. But it leaves September the 30th if you want to watch it.
Right, so hurry up.
Yeah, so basically, you got to the start next week if you want to watch it. So,
So hurry.
but it is available in other places for money. But if you got Netflix, you want to watch it for free. You've only got this week, basically.
Right. Okie dokie. Brilliant. And that's all over at hypnogoria.com.
It is indeed.
Fantastic. Right. Elton, what's happening over at Rogue 2?
Talking about cars going around in circles, and I think we're going to be starting the Pacific very, very soon. But yeah, life has got in the way at the moment, so
Yeah.
just keep an eye on that sort of thing. I'm sure I'll let you know once everything's up and running again.
Keep an eye on the channels. Right, yo. Brilliant. Darren, anything
Yes.
going on with you?
Nothing much.
Go
no.
on.
Nothing.
Oh.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
Nothing. No.
Fantastic. Nothing at all. Not
Nothing
a thing.
at all. Not at all. No.
Zero. Zip.
Zero.
Nada.
Currently available for
Nothing.
birthdays, bar mitzvahs,
Karaoke sessions.
pool parties, opening
Nice.
of a supermarket. Fuck it. Let's just
Like
face
Graffel's
it.
Hammer. What
Opening of a
savings?
fucking envelope.
Right. Cool. Well, if you want to hire Darren to just stand in the corner and mope, then by all means do so. Get in contact with us, the usual channels. For me, no, I'm not appearing on anything apart from maybe a court summons. And that's it, really. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Elton.
No problem.
No problem.
And we will see you all next week for the ever exciting and always happy Indeterminate Weeks of Horror with this week's movie, Savage Land. Until then, take care. Tatty bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Ta-da.
There's a voice that keeps on calling me. Down the road, it's where I'll always be. Every stop I make a new friend. Can't stay for long, just turn around and I'm gone again. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on.
Get out of the booth, Jack.
No, I like it in here.